All right, so this is my multi-state and actually to some degree multi-country thrift store, flea market, estate sale, and bargain store collection, which I collected over the last few months. And it's just amazingly huge. Some of this stuff I'm going to sell on eBay, some of this stuff I'm going to customize. It's just incredible what I found. So, first off, what I found was a bunch of action figures. I am talking so many action figures. Check this out. It's insane. So we've got Marvel Legends, a whole bunch. We've got non-vintage Star Wars. And we've also got vintage Star Wars, G.I. Joe, and then a couple of vintage G.I. Joe. And we've got this guy who I thought was particularly fun. I don't know his name yet. And then a whole bunch of other carded and uncarded action figures. I got a bunch of red lines, about 11 red line cars. Probably about $450 worth. Ton of video games. Here's the vintage Star Wars, G.I. Joes. Models, a ton of dollhouse furniture, which I'm going to sell. I got a Brooder Jeep Land Rover for $5, and I got that Chat May thing. On eBay, I got a couple of BBI helicopters, as well as a BBI Falcon that's missing a ton of parts, which I'm going to 3D print all of. I got this helicopter here, which I'm going to use the main rotor as a tail rotor. Got a whole bunch of girls' toys, which I'm going to sell. I don't know what the value is on these, some Barbies. Got some Nintendo racers and some Harry Potter Legos. Got a ton of Lego minifigures, Pokemon cards, and then I got all of these weapons. I don't know what most of them go to, but I'm going to search them out and figure that out. Tires, I collect all kinds of rubber tires for my dioramas and my vehicles. Star Wars Y-Wing Lego. G.I. Joe 90s stuff. Educational spiders. Don't know much about these, but they are doll, so you can make clothes for dolls. I can't remember what they're called. And that's just part of it. I also got Brooder tractors, tons of vehicles. A lot of these vehicles, I don't know what they go to. Shipping containers, which I'm going to customize so that they look realistic. I got a Star Wars ship that I'm going to use the engines from. I got these two excellent Paw Patrol ships that I'm going to customize into something that I can use that'll look good. And then I got all these 1/18 scale cars that I'm going to use for a certain part of my diorama. And then here's some vintage vehicles, G.I. Joes, Robot, Tootsie Toy, Canoe. And then I got some Franklin Mint vintage cars, which are really cool. I got a Jurassic Park remote control Jeep that I'm going to change into an armored vehicle. I found two vintage Star Wars animals at the thrift store at Goodwill for a really good deal. I think they were like $3 or $4 each. Watchtower, a ton of Legos, so many Legos. And then a bunch of just random parts that I'm going to use for customizing things. So we've got these little propellers, ladders. I grab all ladders that I find. Oh, a Grateful Dead music book that I'm going to sell that I found was worth a little bit of money. And then just a random bunch of stuff. And then also this Radio Shack Jeep. I found about $2 in change. And then in these vehicles, I finally found the Buzz Lightyear ship that I've been wanting to customize. I found Black Adam bike that I want to customize. And then my mom was sweet enough to get me a 12-inch Darth Vader that she found, as well as that G.I. Joe flat cannon or laser or whatever it is. helicopter that I'm going to customize, and then the squirt gun I'm going to use for a tail of a helicopter, which I have planned out, and that black thing which I showed before. And yeah, just a bunch of great stuff. This is vintage right here, and Sylvania stuff. And then I got my first G.I. Joe Classified, which is Roadblock, and he's awesome. Although his gun, I think they could have done better on the gun, made it more realistic. And then I got a Bronco, I believe it is, and some vintage action figures, more vintage action figures, and just a bunch of awesome stuff. Pair of goggles for when I work on stuff that I don't want to get in my eyes. All right, well, this is going to be a lot of work, but I'm going to get it done. Going to get all this stuff listed or customized, just depending on what I want to do with each item. Oh yeah, Palatoy from Europe. I got a Palatoy G.I. Joe and a Tomy Batman outfit. All right, ton of video games. Most of them PS3, so they're not worth a ton of money, but I just grab them if I see them. And then, of course, a bunch of bins to store all this stuff in. Oh, yes, and Halo. Some Halo stuff. 118 scale. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.